Section 1. The best retirement plan you've never heard of. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. Now you're probably thinking, what does that have to do with my money? Absolutely nothing. But now that I have your attention, let's talk about something that actually can make you outstanding in your financial field. Coastfire. Imagine this, a world where you don't have to aggressively save money until you're 65. A world where your job is optional, not a life sentence. That's the dream, right? Well, it's a real thing, and it has a name that sounds like a vacation plan for rich people. But it's not just for them. It's for you, me, anyone who wants to enjoy their life a little more, a little sooner. So, what is this magical concept? Coastfire is when you've saved enough money early on that it can grow all by itself to fund your traditional retirement, freeing you up to work less, or in jobs you actually love. Think of it like planting a tree. You spend a few years watering it, giving it sunlight, making sure the squirrels don't steal its baby acorns. Section 2. Age 30, the avocado toast investor. All right, let's talk to the 30-year-olds. To be 30 again. You're in your prime. You finally figured out how to assemble IKEA furniture without having a complete meltdown. You're also at an age where you make some interesting choices. You're 30 and you spend $2,000 on a standing desk for your work-from-home job. But your retirement account has less money in it than your Starbucks app. You're prioritizing your posture while your financial future is slouching. But here's the good news. At your age, time is your superpower. A little effort now saves you from a massive panic later. Start saving now, even if it feels small. Don't wait until you get that big promotion or feel ready. Aim to automatically save at least 15% of your pre-tax income. If that's too much, start with 5% and increase by 1% every few months. For someone earning $50,000 a year, 15% is $7,500 a year, or $625 a month. That might sound like a lot, but that's your avocado toast budget, your concert tickets, and that subscription box you forgot to cancel. Short-term fun versus long-term freedom. Step 2. Make your money work, not just sit there looking pretty. High-yield savings is nice, but it's not going to get you to the finish line. You need to invest. Low-cost index funds or ETFs that track the S&P 500. Bet on the entire American economy over the long run, instead of trying to pick one company. You don't need to be a stock market genius. You just need to be consistent. Set up automatic investments from your paycheck. Quick example. Save and invest $100,000 by age 35. You've hit your Coastfire number. Stop adding new money to that pot. At 7% average return, $100K could grow to nearly $760K by 65. You'd still need a job from 35 to 65, but the pressure to save for retirement is gone. Take that lower-paying nonprofit job. Start your dog walking business. Finally write that screenplay. The risk? Market downturns. At 30, you have decades to recover. Stay the course. Don't panic sell when the news gets scary. Section 3. Age 40. The Midlife Crisis Budgeter. Welcome to your 40s. You've officially reached the age where your back goes out more than you do. You've traded late nights for early mornings. Your idea of a wild Friday, a documentary and a sleep on the couch by 9:30 p.m. You have more responsibilities, a mortgage, kids, a pet that needs prescription food. You're juggling it all. Roast, you're 40. You drive a sensible SUV, but you justify buying a $5,000 espresso machine. It's cheaper than the coffee shop. Right, we see the financial gymnastics. Time to get serious. You still have about 2 decades of compounding left, but the window is closing. Step 1. Reality check. Calculate your net worth, what you own. Assets, minus what you owe. Liabilities. Next, figure your Coastfire number. Estimate annual retirement spending, $50,000. Multiply by 25. Target, $1,250,000. Use an online calculator to see how much you need now to reach that by 65. Knowing your target makes the goal real and achievable. Step 2. Accelerate your savings. You're likely in peak earning years. Don't inflate lifestyle with every raise. Funnel extra cash into investments. Saved 15% in your 30s, push to 20% or 25%. If you get a 5% raise, act like it's 2% and invest the other 3%. Example, earn $80,000 a year. 15% $812,000. 20% $16,000. That's $4,000 more invested each year. Example, age 45 with $250,000 saved at a 7% annual return. That $250K could grow to roughly $1 by $65 without more contributions. If your goal is around $1, congratulations, you've hit Coast Fire. You can choose work that only needs to cover your current expenses. Biggest risk now, taking on new, unnecessary debt. Avoid financing a boat. Avoid an expensive renovation unless it's critical. Simplify and consolidate your financial life. Keep investments steady. Rebalance once a year. Resist hot stock tips from your neighbor. And now, for the 50-year-olds. You've seen it all. You remember when MTV actually played music videos. You know how to use a landline. Your knees make more noise than a bowl of Rice Krispies. You've spent years telling yourself you'll get serious about saving next year. Well, my friend, next year's here. You're 50, and your retirement plan is to win the lottery, but you keep forgetting to buy a ticket. It's a bold strategy, I'll give you that. But let's try something with slightly better odds. The good news is that it is absolutely not too late. You just have to be more aggressive. Time is no longer a gentle breeze at your back. It's a deadline you have to meet. Your first step is an urgent goal check. There's no more room for vague ideas. You need a concrete number. Use the 25 times rule. Estimate your desired annual retirement spending and multiply it by 25. If you want to live on $60,000 a year, you need a nest egg of $1.5 million. Now, look at what you have. Let's say you have $300,000 saved. The gap between where you are and where you need to be is your new top priority. This isn't meant to cause panic, but to create focus. Every financial decision from this point forward should be measured against this goal. Does this purchase help me close the gap, or does it make it wider? Step 2 is to become a savings superhero. This is your moment for a financial montage, scene. It's time to max out all available retirement accounts. Are you contributing enough to your 401k to get the full employer match? That's free money, the best kind. After that, fully fund your IRA. If you're over 50, you can use catch-up contributions, which allow you to save even more in these tax-advantaged accounts. In 2025, that's an extra $7,500 for a 401k and an extra $1,000 for an IRA. This is a government-approved cheat code specifically for you. Use it aggressively. This is the decade to live on less than you make and make every dollar count. Let's be realistic. Hitting a full Coast Fire number in your 50s is tough because your money has less time to compound. For example, if you have $500,000 at age 55, it might grow to about $1 million by 65. You could coast on a lower-paying job for that decade. However, the more likely scenario is that you'll need to save aggressively right up until your early 60s. The main risk here is sequence of returns risk. A market crash right before you retire can be devastating. To mitigate this, you can start gradually shifting your portfolio to be a bit more conservative as you approach your retirement date, moving some assets from stocks to bonds. The key is to stay calm, save hard, and know that every dollar you invest now is still a powerful tool. No matter your age, there are financial landmines everywhere, waiting to blow up your best-laid plans. These are the common mistakes we all make. The little voice in your head says, "Go on, you deserve it." Recognizing them is half the battle. One of the biggest traps is panic investing. You hear a cousin's friend made a fortune on some obscure cryptocurrency, it sounds like a cartoon character, and suddenly you're ready to bet your life savings. Or the market dips 5% and you panic sell everything, locking in your losses. The key to long-term success is boring. Stick with a diversified plan, choose low-cost funds, and don't react to the noise. Another silent killer is high fees. Fees are like termites in your financial house. You don't see them, but they're eating away at your foundation. A 1% fee might not sound like much, but over 30 years it can consume nearly a third of your returns. Imagine handing a huge chunk of your savings to a fund manager for no good reason. That's why simple, low-cost index funds are often recommended. They do the job without charging you a fortune. Always check the expense ratio on any fund. If it's over 0.5%, ask if it's worth it. Then there's lifestyle creep. You get a raise and feel richer. You upgrade your car, move to a bigger apartment, start dining at fancier restaurants. Before you know it, you're living paycheck to paycheck at a higher income. Your wealth hasn't increased. Antidote: when income rises, save and invest at least half of the increase. Do that before you get used to the higher lifestyle. This lets you enjoy some money while accelerating your path to financial freedom. Finally, the debt trap, especially high-interest credit cards. Investing with a 22% APR is like filling a bucket with a hole. Interest likely cancels or exceeds your investment gains. Pay down high-interest debt aggressively before investing. It's the best guaranteed return. Fixing these mistakes isn't glamorous, but it's the unsexy work that builds lasting wealth and makes Coast Fire real. So, we've laughed, we've roasted, and hopefully, we've learned. The path to Coast Fire isn't about financial wizardry or extreme sacrifice. It's about simple, consistent habits stacked over time. It's about understanding that the money you save in your 20s and your 30s is the most powerful money you will ever have. It's about recognizing in your 40s that your peak earning years are a golden opportunity to catch up and pull ahead. And it's about knowing that even in your 50s, it's never too late to make a powerful, decisive push for the finish line. The core idea is the same for everyone. Save early, invest simply, and let time do the heavy lifting. The beauty of Coast Fire is that it redefines the goal of work. It's not just a 40-year slog to retirement anymore. It's a sprint for a decade or two, followed by a long, leisurely jog. It gives you options. It gives you freedom. The freedom to take a pay cut for a job with more purpose. The freedom to go part-time to spend more time with your family. The freedom to start that business you've been dreaming about without risking your entire future. It's a plan that prioritizes your life and your happiness. Now, not just in some far-off distant future when you're too old to enjoy it. When we laugh at our past financial choices, we rob them of their power to make us feel guilty or ashamed. Humor makes the truth easier to swallow, and the truth is, most of us have made some questionable decisions with our money. That's okay. You can't change the past, but you can make a different choice today. Coast Fire doesn't require perfection. It just requires you to start. It needs you to be a little more intentional, a little more consistent, and a lot more patient. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and the sooner you start jogging, the easier the race will be. So here is your final roast and your final push. If you're 30, every dollar you spend on a fleeting trend is a dollar that could have grown into 100 for your future self. If you're 40, stop telling everyone how busy you are and take 30 minutes to automate your savings. Your future self isn't busy. They're retired. And if you're 50, stop treating your retirement plan like a New Year's resolution you can break in February. Start now. Your one and only next step is this. Open your banking or investment app right now and set up a recurring transfer to your investment account. Just one. Make it $50. Make it $100. Make it real. Your future self will thank you for it. And they'll probably have a much better roast for you then. This whole idea hinges on one beautiful, powerful force: compound interest. It's the eighth wonder of the world, a concept so potent that it does the heavy lifting for you. All it asks for is time. The more time you give your money, the harder it works. It's like having a tiny employee in your bank account who never sleeps, never takes a vacation, and is surprisingly good at making more money. Our goal here isn't to tell you to live on rice and beans until you're 40. No, that's miserable. The goal is to show you a shortcut, a cheat code for each stage of life, so you can get this money-making machine started and then get back to living. We're going to break this down by age, because let's be honest, the advice you give a 30-year-old who thinks NFTs are a stable investment is very different from the advice you give a 50-year-old who still thinks a savings account is a power move. For each age, 30, 40, and 50, we'll have a little fun, a little roast, and a lot of simple, actionable steps. Because personal finance shouldn't feel like advanced calculus. It should be straightforward enough that you can plan your future during a commercial break. So, let's get started and see how you can hit your Coast Fire number, no matter how many questionable financial decisions you've made in the past.